Welcome to the Rebirth podcast.
We're back!
We're back after a hiatus, an unplanned hiatus, with a good, I would say hotly contested, but there's so many things on the list that it might not be hotly contested, and it will just be a big agreement of angry things that we face.
Talking about things, talking about things that really inconvenience us.
Don't matter too much. Minor inconveniences is this episode.
So Rob, I think we have to set some ground rules because I think the category's too big. Like, I think there's got to be some level. Like, so things like I'm thinking like things that, so just random small things that happen that just are annoying, right? Whereas I think there's other things that we shouldn't include. So things like, I think like travel delays and stuff like that. Those aren't really minor because they affect
inconveniences.
Yeah, they're big things, right? And I was thinking about this as well, and I was thinking about whether or not if other people making them happen makes them count as an inconvenience, or if that's just kind of arsehole behavior.
I think it's the situation is the problem rather than the people, I would say. So, like, some of mine are, like, people-related, and that's, like, arsehole behaviour, rather than...
Okay. So you want to keep those in?
Yes, yeah, I guess so.
I think there's definitely a scope to do, like, an arseholes draft. Like, arsehole behaviour, but that's not what this is.
Yeah, we've got grossest behaviours. Now we've got arsehole behaviours. That's another.
Okay, fine. To be honest, I don't mind double dipping. So, but I've got a list of like, I think the list is like 30 things deep. So, I don't know if we want to keep to 5, but let's see how we go when we get to 5.
I'll have 10. Yeah, so we're. Yeah.
Okay, maybe not.
Some of them are kind of they're all petty, right? That's the whole reason for this. It's more of like a grieving experience for us, like a counselling session.
Yeah.
Do you want to lead with your? I mean, you may as well lead because any spin that you try and.
No. We're doing this right. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll share my screen with you so you can see it, right? And then I'll put it because what I noticed is when I use the share, this might take a while because I'm not on my actual computer because my computer broke. I'm using a laptop. Can you see the share?
It's thinking about it. Yes, I can. Oh, look at all the pretty colours we are.
Oh, yeah. RGB. Wow. All right, let's see how it goes. I did do a test spin and it came up with your name. So.
Oh, I believe it. No way. He's already won the episode, ladies and gentlemen. He's already won. Awesome. We've just got so many, and it's not something that I'm necessarily thinking that we're both going to have the same things. So, yeah, I'll go first. Why not?
Okay, fine. Okay, so first overall pick in the minor inconveniences draft, Rob. What have you got?
So this comes in very close to the line of arsehole behaviour. It's not intentional, but people walking really slowly. That's that's up there. It's definitely up there. Like, I just don't get it. Like, you're out for a walk. Okay, sure. You want to get some exercise, sure. But you're going out for a walk, you kind of want to get your heart rate going. You want to get some sort of like breathing going. Why are we dawdling along? Like, okay, you might have to take Auntie Doris out for a walk every now and again, but she's got a Zimmer frame. You can push her along. Like, but like normal pavements and stuff, and people are just so ignorant to it, right? They're just like dawdling along, taking up like the whole pavement. And you're like, just get out of my way. I've got somewhere to be.
I think that's the key, and I think I'll help you augment that pick. It's when they're slow, but they're just in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like Granny Edith or like Nanny Punima, like I guess you're getting up there. You've served your time. You know, you're a bit older. Just be aware of it, right? We know you're old. Go to the side a bit. Go clear the pathway, right?
And the worst bit is, it's not just old people.
No. Them's the worst. Them's the worst.
Like, you've got no excuse for getting in my way.
like, okay, if you're on crutches, if you're old, if you're fat, whatever, you do you. Regular people just walking slowly. What is wrong with you? Like, just in the middle there. Especially if it's like during rush hour or when, you know, you're trying to be somewhere, trying to do things, you're trying to make money happen. Like,
or like you've got to try and get somewhere and you're like, this place closes at X time. I know I've run it short because I've come and I'm needing to walk there for some reason and I haven't decided to drive or do any other thing.
Yeah.
I've left it short and I'm just stuck behind people and I can't go around them because there's like a busy road or something
This was a 10 out of 10 on my list. Like, absolute 10 out of 10. But it does kind of edge towards the, like, I'm not sure if it's an inconvenience. It's really like someone being a dickhead.
But they don't think about it though, do they? That's the thing.
No, yeah.
That's like arsehole behaviour. You've gone out of your way to do something.
It's like a lack of self-awareness, right? Can I add? I'm going to add something else onto this because it irritates the hell out of me. But because you picked this, I don't think I can pick this other thing.
Sure.
It's when people stand on a moving walkway. It's called a walkway, not a standway. You're just standing there. Like, it's going 2 miles an hour anyway. You can walk faster than you. Why are you just standing there? Just walk. It's an assistance. It's not a like, do the whole work for you. Like, it's a walkway. And then also, the people who do that just stand in the middle of it. I'm just like, oh, get out the way, son. Right.
And it's always, you always meet those people when you're coming back from a flight and it's like some dusty hour of the morning and you're like, I just need to get home to get to my bed. And I can't get out of the way because Marvin's in my way with
people.
His suitcase next to him.
The worst people.
Yeah, onto yours.
Well,
pick one.
Oh, see, I've got quite a few 10s. But I've got to go. I think that, so a little background. I was on the tube, and then this thing happened to me, and I immediately sent a voice note to Rob, and I was like, this is our next draft. We're doing Minor Inconveniences. This has to be our next draft. And, so the whole spawn of this draft was based on escalators where the handrail is not as fast or too fast, just doesn't go the same speed as the escalator, right? So, okay, I don't really touch escalators with my hands because those things are dirty. If you've seen people with on YouTube or TikTok or whatever trying to go viral, just put in a piece of cloth on the escalator handrail and the thing going through it, and it comes up it's all dirty and black. So I never touch them anywhere, right? I don't touch them with my hands. But you know, it's you're at Waterloo or you're at wherever tube station. These escalators are huge because you've got to go down so many levels of underground to get anywhere in London. And so, you know, you just put a rest on your arm and then you go, and you almost end up falling over because the bastard handrails are too fast compared to the escalator. Like, how hard is it? How hard it is to sit them on the same gears so that they go at the same speed? It can't be that hard. Like, what is going on?
It's like we've got the engineering prowess to make escalators that go up and down into the depths of the earth, and we haven't managed to figure out how to make them in sync with each other.
And it's worse. I've seen, you know what's worse is when it's slower. I've seen someone literally topple backwards because the escalator, the handrail was too slow for the escalator. Like, who's engineering these things and getting away with it? Like, honestly.
arsehole behaviour from them. Why have you designed this system so that they're not running at the same speed?
Yeah, it flabbergasts me. It's like, sometimes big companies, they'll put out like advertising or tweets or something, and you're like, did they not like have a sense check? Did they not have someone just look at it and be like, what's the reaction going to be? What does this mean? It's the same with this. It's like, did you not have someone like just test it? Just maybe run up and down once or twice? Just try it, like see what happens? No.
It's the thing is as well, because it's there for safety, right? You hold on to it because you want to be safe. But having to take your hand off at regular intervals to catch up with yourself, or you end up falling over in various circumstances.
Yeah, honestly,
I do agree. It's frustrating.
It's just the pièce de résistance of being able to annoy someone without doing anything. Like, oh. Okay, so I'm looking at my list. It's a tough list. It's a really tough list. But I think this has got me on so many different occasions that I have to take it. When you have a stone or some object in your shoe, honestly, it's the worst feeling ever. Yeah, and whatever you're doing, like if you're walking along, you're going anywhere, you feel so dumb just stopping and taking your shoe off in the middle of nowhere to get this foreign object out of your shoe. Like, it just makes you feel so dumb that this tiny little piece of nothing is inconveniencing you. And you know what's worse? If you've ever, like, played on AstroTurf or 3G, and you get those little rubber pellets all up in your shoe, and then you think you've got it good, you take your shoe off, you whack it a few times, get all the pellets out, you put it back on, there's more. Oh my life. You try and take it out, you think you've got it, and there's more. Oh my god. Like, honestly, and it's you know what, this is why, you know that story, The Princess and the Pea? It just resonates so much. Because it's such a small thing, but it can just mess with you, and then you feel wrong, and then your shoe doesn't feel like it fits right, and it's just the worst.
It's the lengths that you go to as well at the time to try and like remove this piece of detritus before getting to that final stage of taking your shoe off and looking like a crazy person.
You like wiggle the toes, you like kick
you're
it
bashing
on the
your foot on the
sides.
floor. Like, you're much quicker to take your shoe off and then just remove it rather than walking along, like hopping along, trying to get this thing to sit in a nice position so you can continue your walk. Like similar to that, like even if you get like a stone on like the underside of your shoe, and you're just walking around like clicking all day, like.
Honestly, yeah. I remember like used to get them if you ever played on gravel as a kid. Like sometimes there wasn't the playground, there was a bit of gravel, and you just get them in your shoes, and then you just had to pick them out. But sometimes you couldn't get them out, and it's just like any kind of foreign object in your shoes. I don't know what it is. I think despite being really rugged and tough, I think our feet are just really sensitive. I don't know if it's something, something going on there, but it's like compared to any other place in your body, just having, maybe it's because all your weight's going through your feet, but having just a tiny bit of nothingness in your shoe is just the worst feeling in the world.
It's because we're all soft now. We all wear trainers and stuff, don't we? Rather than like walking around in your bare feet.
Don't give me this.
I'm not saying I'm one of those
barefoot shoes now. Did you get caught up in the trend?
No, I've got one of those like foot glove things.
I don't know. They're getting quite common around London. You get people telling me, like I've had collapsed arches all my life, right? All my life. So I know. They're fine, I just need to wear insoles. And then you got some moron telling me, oh no, you just need to wear these shoes and this thing. I'm like, but I've lived with this. I lived with this for 30 years. You're trying to tell me that just because I get a different shoe, it's going to be different. No, it's not. I know I've got collapsed arches. I've got flat feet, right? So I wear, and my feet are fat. They're fat on the bottom. So I wear large, wider shoes, right? You think you're going to change my life just by telling me about a shoe? No, you got caught up in advertising. You're a moron. Like...
So anyway.
So Amir's wearing sliders everywhere he goes now because get everything out of them and they're flat for your feet.
Oh, actually, you know what? So I went on holiday recently. I think just like some of the worst thing is when you've got sliders on, you can't get that final bit of sand out of them. If you've been on the beach, that is low key, like really, really annoying as well.
Just stuff in shoes. Stuff anywhere near your feet is
foreign objects in shoes. That's the pick.
Oh dear. Right. Even me. Got. What should I go for? Let's go with having to go to the post office because you've missed your package. Like, bro, those places are shut like 92% of the time. Like, I don't even know how my package is like not delivered. Like, is anybody working there? I don't know. Like, I know there's been a big scandal. That was with a computer. Like, still like, okay, so let's say I missed my thing on a Monday. And then, oh, okay, cool. I'll go on a Tuesday. Oh, I finish work at 5, like most people. Post office shuts at 4. Great. Okay, sure. Like, brilliant. Oh, what day is it open late? Oh, Wednesday. Okay, cool. Oh, I just keep missing it. Or whatever. Like, okay, cool. All right, I'll go at lunchtime. Closes at 12:30. Like, how am I? Like, is this package that important to me? Like. It's genuinely a big toss-up, and like, is this that important to go out of my way this many times? You try and get it redelivered, it gets redelivered, and then it gets logged somewhere else, and then it gets lost. And it's like,
I think, are you just taking the post office? The post office sucks. Like, let's be honest, the post office sucks.
Just take the post office.
Can you imagine, like, privatizing something would make it so bad? Who would have thought so? I think, so the worst for me is around Christmas, right? So in the area I live in South London, there's no, like, local post office where they drop it at. They drop it at the big, like, mail sorting centre.
Yeah.
And literally, when this strikes over Christmas, you go and there's, like, a queue, like, 50 deep queue. And, like, if it was just some random, like, pat that I need, who cares? I'll wait till New Year's, I'll go pick it up later. But it's a present that I ordered. I need to get this today. I need to get this before the 25th. In fact, before that, because I'm going to see family and whoever before that. So I probably need it, like, that day. And there's a 50 deep queue. And it's long as. And then there's like, they're fiddling around with these little paper slips. None of it's automated. It's like, honestly, the post office can just suck one, man.
And then, like, if you don't have your card, then that piece of card that they've put through the letterbox, then you can't get your package.
That can get lost. Like, it can get lost anywhere. They're like, oh, we left you a postcard. You know, one time I found them, they left the postcard, but they'd, like, slotted in between the wheelie bins. So it wasn't even in the, we didn't have a letterbox. Put it in the letterbox.
Or it's like mashed in the letterbox, but they haven't actually posted it. They've just like thrown it in, so you can't get it out. And then you got to go down there with like 4 forms of ID. You got to prove that you're part of MI5 to be able to get your package.
I just thought of something, but no, actually, I'm not going to take it. So I'll add it on. It's when they try and give you someone else's stuff.
Yeah.
Like you know what? Someday they're gonna find me on a bad day. They're gonna come to my door and they're gonna be like, sorry, your neighbour's not in. Do you mind taking a parcel? What? And I'm just gonna be like, you've got the wrong house then, mate, and close the door. Like, one day it's gonna happen. That really so annoys me, man. It's like, why are you giving it to me? I don't want this. Then I've got an obligation as well.
This is your job. This isn't my job. I am not a postman.
No, it's a racket. The post office is a scam. They're deputizing their work onto regular citizens. What's going on? Are they paying me? They get £5 for every delivery, mate. Like, it's a scam. You know what, Rob? This wasn't on my list, but
the post office has made it.
The post office is a scam. I think, you know what? After watching that Mr. Bates versus the post office, then, like, all my goodwill for the post office has just gone out the door. Like, it's done.
Your sympathy's gone. Oh, because of that, and like you were sympathising with them, or you just don't have any sympathy anymore because what they did wasn't okay.
Like, no, before you could excuse it and like, oh, you know, they're underfunded or this or that, you know, all the things you used to say, and back in the day, postmen were nice. They used to talk to you and all that, and you were on their side. But just that, I've never seen a company take such a U-turn in public opinion so quickly ever since this whole scandal went down. Like, I knew people hated the post office, but now people hate the post office.
Like, so the other thing is that every other parcel delivery company, FedEx, UPS, always manage to deliver your package, right? It's only, or they'll reattempt it. Royal Mail, no, you got to come and get it from our office. Like,
yeah,
fuck you
one
guys.
time we're done. It's like we don't have jobs. Like, how do you? That's the other thing. Is the inconvenience of the whole thing. It's like, this is why they're losing money hand over fist, right? When you're a service, you've got to fit into other people's lives. They can't fit into the lives of the working man, like the 9-to-5 man. They're against us. The whole thing is just, it's out of order.
Fuck the post office.
Yeah. You know what? Do you want going to the post office for missed packages, or do you just want the post office?
The post office.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You can have it. You know, I'm so impressed with the pick. You can have. I think this is the best pick you've ever made. The post office.
You have fought your corner well enough. It's made it into the Hall of Fame. Oh, dearie me. Round 3, pick 1. Running out of that thing that you are really craving. Like, I want some chocolate. I don't have any in the house. Like, fuck's sake, now I'm going to have to go up Co-op, Tesco, go and grab me some of whatever that thing is. Like, it's really not very important, it's just an inconvenience to walk 5 minutes down the road to the newsagent, to any shop, to fulfill that craving. But it's just like, I now have to go out. I was happily like cozy on the sofa or whatever, or in bed like watching a film or something. Oh, I really fancy that thing. Fuck.
So what you're mad at is our consumerism.
Is it a lack of planning? I think is what I'm. The arsehole behaviour of myself to have not pre-planned what I need.
I get it, but I'm also kind of like, just get up and go. Like, on the scale of things, this is a first world problem. Let's be honest.
It is, but most of these things are first world problems.
Oh, I don't know. A stone in your shoe has many applications.
The post office.
See, the thing is, I guess it is an inconvenience. It is. See, I'm thinking more of things that really, like, annoy me. Like, if I'm like, I want some chocolate. I don't have any chocolate. It's more like I'm disappointed. It's not.
Or even like, we could say like, just running out of that thing that you need. Like, let's say you're making dinner or whatever, and you think you've got some spices in or something, and you're like,
get Worcester sauce. Okay, okay, I get you. Yeah, and that kind of changes it. I think that's
a little bit more of an argument.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I did that. Literally, the Worcester sauce example is of making a shepherd's pie. I was like, oh yeah, doing it. It's going well. I bought all the ingredients, But I was like, there's some things you just have in the house. Like, you don't buy oil every time you go shop, right? Same thing with Worcester sauce. I'm like, yeah, got it at home, whatever. Comes to add the Worcester sauce, there's none. Oh. And then it's like do I go and get it? Do I go and get it, or do I just like substitute, or do I just, make do, like, will it work? And in the end, you're just like, I have to go, and you end up walking. And it's not even far. Corner shop is...
No, that's always the thing, isn't it, as well? Like, it's not even, like, it is such a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, but it's just, okay. Actually, this picks good. I was going to say it was a bit done, because the whole, like, I want chocolate, that's a bit rogue. But, like, actually missing an item you need and having to go out again when you're like, today's done. I'm in my joggers. I'm in my robe or my
your robe. I'm in my smoking jacket.
My flatmates walk around in their robes all the time. in my Tom and Jerry slippers. Oh, I've got to go out again. No, I can see it now.
Cool. That's that one from me.
Okay. I've got some really good ones. Oh, okay. This one I think is a massive one. It's touchless bathroom appliances in public bathrooms that never fucking work. Like, I just peed.
Perfectly articulated argument. Fucking
I just peed. All I want to do is get some soap and just wash my hands. But no, you can't have something that turns. You can't have something you press to get just... And then you're looking like a moron just doing this in front of the mirror like a plonker. And then, the worst part of this, right, is because of people. There are those people, and you know who you are. There's people who don't wash their hands after they've taken a dump or something. And then you're just giving them license to not wash their hands. It's making our population dirtier. What are you doing?
You're crying about it. It is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, let's try and make something like, so I have Victoria or whatever. You're in the toilets in Victoria. You're like, right, let's try and make something touchless, especially with COVID and stuff, like, whatever. It was a really big thing. Let's make it touchless. Right. Like you say, never fucking works. And then what they had to do instead? They put those little hand sanitizer button things in. So it's like, you've tried to alleviate the problem by making it all touchless and like, whatever, and then you've had to go and do it anyway. So you spent loads of money making a system, again, that just doesn't fucking work, and you have to revert to the original one anyway.
Oh, it's infuriating. And the other part about it is, like, if there's just a bottle of soap, or even a soap dispenser you have to push, you can tell when it's empty. There's nothing worse than putting your hand under the soap dispenser and nothing happens. You don't know if the sensor's not touched. You don't know if there's no soap, so you just go again. Sometimes, right, there's soap in it, and then you just get like 200 things of soap coming out. Or sometimes you're just left going under the soap machine for no reason. And even, the next part about it is, let's say, okay, we've managed to get soap. We've managed to wash our hands.
It's the hand dryers.
We're going to the hand dryers. And I'm just there. I'm just trying to use the hand dryers, and it's not coming on. And then, miraculously, yes, I find the trick. I get it, and it goes for like 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds, and then just reverts back to the oh my life. Touchless appliances in bathrooms. Honestly, the worst invention we have come up as a society with.
It's the toilet ones as well, right? Because you got the toilet, like the touchless flushes as well.
Oh.
And you're there, stood there, like waving your hand about, like you're fucking Luke Skywalker trying to get the toilet to flush. And you're like, this isn't working. Like, I don't really know what to do.
Or even worse than that is if you have the touchless urinal flushes, and then sometimes they just go off for anything. So you're peeing, and suddenly just like water starts thundering down. And like, it's the worst. Honestly, it's the worst. And then, like, God forbid, some of that water gets on you. Oh, nah, that's, it's awful. It is actually awful. I think, yeah. Not to go back, like, take us back to the 90s or take us back as a society, but this is one technological advancement we can get rid of.
My guy's calling my need for things a first world problem. Oh, touchless appliances.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're shit. Let's go back. Let's go backwards. Let's be third world about it.
I agree. I do agree. It is very frustrating, and you do end up looking like a moron more often than not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Oh,
not worth it.
So I've got another one, but I think it's too, like, dependent on someone else being a moron.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna take it. It will come up at some point because, I complain about this all the time, but, okay. So I've got another bathroom one.
Of course.
But, I don't know if it's gonna go. I don't think it's a hit. But I'll tell you what it is.
Could be an honourable mention. At the end.
We'll talk about it on honourable mention. Okay. I'm gonna go with having a broken seal on a bottle or a jar. So,
right.
You know, when you get a new milk, right? Got new milk. I'm gonna have some tea, or I'm gonna have a lovely iced coffee. It's gonna be banging. I've just prepared it. The final step is pouring that milk in. You turn the cap, and the tabs have come off the thing that you used to open the seal on the milk.
It's number one. It's number one on the list.
Or like, you know when it's a jar, and the jar is supposed to keep the seal in it, and you turn it, and it's taken ages, and you're like, let me put some strength into it. Finally get it off, and the seal has remained on top of the jar. Oh my God. Like, I know these inventions are there so that our food and our drink lasts for a longer time, so it kind of, the shelf life goes on, and we can, not waste food and whatever, but honestly, there's got to be a better solution. Like, there has to be. It's the worst. It's actually
so annoying. Because then you're like, okay, right, let me try and peel it off. And you're like, okay, for the milk lid, for example, I'll try and use my nails. That's not working. So then you have to get a knife out. Just stabbing them.
Like cutting a hole in the top. Yeah. Oh.
And then it just doesn't pour well for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and then there's like a lip of like plastic. So then the milk, instead of being a nice flow, like... Yeah, honestly, that is maybe the worst thing ever. Like, and the thing is as well, you're so impotent to open the item because there's no tool to open it. It's not something you'd have around. Like, at least, like when the pingy can opener thing, when it comes off.
You can still,
the thing you used to open like quickies and baked beans or whatever. At least then you have a can opener. You have a simple plan B. There's no plan B. There's literally no plan B. Like, it's the worst. Or even if like the ketchup has been sitting on shelf for a long time and it's been a year or so because those things last forever. And it's just kind of, the seal is just kind of super glued down onto that bastard. And sometimes you even pull the seal off, and there's a film of plastic left. Honestly, these seals on bottles and jars. Worst thing.
Also, like packets of stuff, right? Like your mints or what have you, like your little like peel here on your mints, that just comes off in your hand. Brilliant.
Never works. Never ever works.
Put it there.
Never works.
I'm just ready to add this now. Oh, great! Now I have to like stab my way through the.
Or like those peel and reseal ones. You peel it and the whole thing comes off. They never reseal. And then I've got a bag of like tortillas that are just dry and like
hard immediately.
The reseal doesn't work. Like, yeah. So yeah, plastic seals not working, I think. Yeah, it's up there for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's on mine. You all those YouTube watchers over there can see that it was on my list, top of my list. First thing that I put on.
Why didn't you take it first?
Because I was semi-thinking it was a bit weak.
Oh, really?
I was like, it's really quite minor, because you can just get around it by stabbing a hole in the top.
But still, it's the minor inconvenience of it, right? It's so minor, but it's so makes you want to kill someone.
Right, once I've got into my milk, I'm going into some. I'm using this knife for a double function.
Oh. Yeah, Rob, what you got? Pick? Oh no, is it me? No, it's you.
No, it's me. You had to.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I've got two in a row now, haven't I? This is a big, it's a really positive and a really negative at the same time. Cars. Massive minor inconvenience. You got to fill them up with petrol. Like, petrol is annoying. Like, you run out of petrol and you're like, it's the same thing as like having to go out for something else again, right? Like, you're like, okay, that petrol will be enough to get me like this far. I'll probably be okay. And you're like, I really should go and get some petrol. Oh, this is really annoying. Just car maintenance generally, like, gotta like worry about your tyre pressures, unless you're me, in which case that doesn't actually matter. But yeah, constantly having to fill it up. It's just like a black hole of money. Just doesn't improve your car. It doesn't make it any better. It just makes it so you can use it.
So you're saying car upkeep? That's your...
Yes, yeah.
I could see it. Yeah, should have got a Toyota. That's all I'll tell you.
That you inherited.
So, it's still a
You know,
great
it's
car.
not gone wrong. You've driven all the miles on it. You've had cars in the past that have been questionable in behaviour.
I'm sorry, my cars have always kept us going wherever. Like, we had a flat tyre once. And that was
parking on a
because we
field.
parked in a field. Like, that wasn't anything to do with the car. That was driver error, if anything. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, so they're like super positive, obviously, because you just give you like so many positives driving around. You can go all over the place.
Yeah.
But also like, just like,
They're so convenient though, right? Like, think about how harder your life would be without a car.
Yeah, but also like, you just, like, okay, so you drive your car round the corner to the shop. I mean, this is a problem for me because I have a car that's killing the planet. Unlike you, who's like battery powered and super eco. I mean, you're hybrid, like, don't get off your high horse.
I'm a London eco warrior, I'll have you know.
Your car spends most of its time in power mode. So, like, I need to drive, like, my car's a bit old, so, like, I have to drive it a little way, because otherwise I just drain the battery. And it's like, right, now I'm going to have to drive for, like, 20 minutes to get my battery driven up, because I can't keep driving around the streets just to, like, I just need to nip to Tesco. Just annoying. Yeah. Anyway. Enough about cars.
Car upkeep, I can see it as like having to get it washed and like keep the inside clean, and then someone spilled popcorn all over the front. You know who you are. And you have to like hoover it out of the crevices. Like, it does take a bit of work, but I don't mind it. It's not the worst thing ever. It's not like, you know, it's not something that I would find particularly infuriating. Like, oh no, I have to fill up the car. Like, fill up the car, innit?
Cool. So, what, 5-1?
Yeah.
So this is something that you're probably just going to be like, no, but eggshells. Just eggshells. Like, you crack them into your pan, your fried egg, fucking eggshell. Right. Scrambled eggs. You gotta go fishing. Right. You gotta go and fish them out. Right. So minor. Cause like, sure.
I get it. Like fishing out an egg from when you've cracked it into the bowl is the hardest because it's so slippery and it just goes everywhere. Like I get it. It is really bad. But in the other end, it's a problem you've created yourself. Just learn how to crack an egg properly. Like,
I mean, I know how to crack an egg properly.
Obviously not.
No,
this is such a worry in your life. You obviously don't know how to crack eggs properly.
I'm fine. I know how to, but when people make you eggs, and you got that crunchy egg sandwich in the morning,
Who's doing that? Who's doing that? And please immediately cut them out of your life.
Just eggs in general, maybe, because then it's like, because people just don't know how to cook them, do they? Let's be honest.
Who doesn't know how to cook eggs?
I mean, I sent you a voice. I sent you like 2 messages, and then I get a 3-minute voice note from you telling me not to talk to this person ever again.
Recap that, because that was hilarious.
So I went away with some friends, some acquaintances, let's say that.
Oh, not even friends. I mean, was it that bad that you downgraded them from friends?
My partner and my partner's friends. And so we've got like an apart hotel thing. So it's a hotel, but it's got it's like an Airbnb. It's got a kitchen to it.
Self-catering, yeah.
Yeah, so, we'll do eggs in the morning. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll make Gordon Ramsay's eggs because someone on this podcast like swears by them. And so I've taken that on and they are really, really good. And I was like, I'm more than happy to make those. They're like quality scrambled eggs. And I'm like, no, don't worry. I'll do it. Okay, sure, fine, whatever. Like, less hassle for me. You've offered to do it. And like, clearly, like, if you're taking whatever you suggested over Gordon Ramsay's scrambled egg recipe, I don't know, like, have you got some other, like, Marco Pierre White's eggs, maybe, or like, some other, head chef's, scrambled egg recipe? Sure, whatever. So I sit down for breakfast and then they've got these scrambled eggs in a like a cereal bowl. Like, oh, didn't do it in a pan? No, we just threw them in the microwave. It's like, just, what? Why have you thought that nuking eggs is a better way forwards than lovingly, caringly, like making scrambled eggs like the Gordon way? No, you just get runny, like tasteless eggs in the microwave. Like, what the fuck? Like, completely ruin my breakfast.
You know what? I'm vetoing your pick of eggs in favor of you taking people making eggs in the microwave. That's so much better a pick. After that whole story, it's like, yeah, of course. Like, eggshells, who cares about them? But, oh my god, people making eggs in the microwave. It's so easy to make an egg. It really doesn't. It's not that hard. But you just put it in the microwave. Like, and you're just gonna get, like, hard, stodgy egg pieces. Like, not the beautiful velvety scrambled eggs or, crispy fried eggs with a runny yolk, or like the perfect poached egg that's just like a present opening up and like dripping on your toast. No, you're just gonna get stodgy, useless nonsense.
Sorry, dripping on your toes.
Toast. I'm not on Feet Finder yet, Rob. But yeah, honestly, that just set me off. Like, I think. You know what? I think part of our school education needs to be around common sense. Like, someone needs to teach people how to do your accounts, how to pay your taxes, how to change a tire on a car, how to cook the most basic things. Like, people who can't make eggs on toast. It's so easy. Like, okay, you can't cook, whatever. You've not invested the time into learning. Maybe you don't have the aptitude. Maybe, you know, the kind of monotony of it isn't, you know, conducive to you. Fine. Right? It can be a little intensive. Whatever. Not being able to cook the most basic items that just allow you to live. Are you dumb? Like, who can't cook eggs? Who cooks eggs in the microwave? Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like like food tech or whatever that you do.
Yeah.
When you spend all your time making stupid shit, right? Like, I remember making pasta. When the fuck's that useful in the rest of my life? Like, who needs that? Who's got that much time when you just go Tesco and you buy a massive bag for like £1? Like,
you know what? In Sudra's Britain, when you turn 18, you'd get a card that says, this person is able to function as an adult. But in order to get it, you'd have to pass certain tests. You'd have to be able to change the test. Do all those things are described, and then you're allowed to drink alcohol. That's when you're allowed to buy stuff from shops. That's your rite of passage. Because honestly, there are so many morons nowadays. Like, let's be honest. Like, honestly,
you need like a higher tier of that card as well, which means you can do all of the things in the regular tier, but when you're drunk.
Ooh, I don't know about you know, the testing implications of that would be a little sketchy. Let's be honest.
Then you're eating some crunchy eggs.
So what are you saying? Are you taking eggs or eggshells or not being able to cook eggs?
People who can't cook eggs.
Yeah, okay. I'll put it. Yeah. Honestly, I get you. Honestly, yeah. Again,
it's also like you've offered, right? Like, I've offered to make you some good eggs, and then it's been declined in favour of something that is quick and shit.
Okay, let me ask you that. What did you say to them? Did you bring this up?
No, I was just like, oh, okay. And then, like, I started eating them, and I was just like, they're just grey. Like, why am I eating something that's grey? Like,
you know what? You're a better man than I am. You are a better man than I am. I would have, I probably would have slated them and went and got and made my own. Like, I don't know. Does your partner know you have this certain gripe?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they were also, witness to your rant.
Witness to the madness.
Witness to the madness and your rant, yeah, and was like, yeah, it's not unfounded.
Okay, at least they know that what was going down, and like, just now we published this thing, and then the whole world's coming after Rob for exposing them as not being able to cook eggs. Okay, right, so I've got
in theory, your final one of normal picks.
I've got 16 left, so.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I've still got 1, 2, and a throwback one, which I guess is kind of like an honourable mention.
Okay, well, I mean, we can put them all as honourable mentions then. I'm just trying to pick it, get it down to 1. There's 3 that I'm kind of between, so, okay. I think this one probably annoys you for the longest period of time. So, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take mouth injuries. So,
mouth injuries.
So I'll give you 2 scenarios. One is you're talking or you're eating or something and you bite the inside of your gum. Honestly, it's the worst because it won't go away. You'll feel it all day. It'll just be... It's just there, and it's a constant like throbbing or a little prickling. It just tells you you're a moron. You can't even eat like a competent human being. Like that. It's just that in your mind the whole time.
And then it's just you just keep biting it as well, don't you? Like you
keep
bite it once, and then it's just there, and you're
like doing one of these, like it's not going away. You're touching it's not going to help. Like, and you just. I'm just feeling to see, just to remind you of your incompetence. Like, or the other one, I class as mouth injuries, like, you've just cooked a banging meal. It's about to go down, it's time to put this food in your face, and you go, and it's too hot, and you burn the roof of your mouth. Oh, and then like for the next week, you're just like, just touching your mouth because you're like, oh my god, it's annoying. Like, honestly, I think mouth injuries above all other injuries, they're so minor, but they're just so annoying. They're just like, they have a way of just being constantly in focus all the time. And then like, you have a good 20 minutes where you forget about it because you're into work or you're doing a workout or something. And then you just kind of drink some water or something happens and you're like, oh fuck, I bit my tongue. Like, oh, it's the worst. It is the actual worst.
Ridiculous.
I think I've described all of these picks as the worst, but
they're all the worst. They're all the worst of their own category of.
Oh yeah, like honestly, I think of any injury, I think there are a few that can compete, but mouth injury has to be up there. Has to be.
I mean, your knee was pretty bad. Like, not being able to move
minor,
was pretty long.
I've had like what 2-3 knee surgeries. I don't think that counts as minor, Rob.
No, you were just saying about like out of all of the injuries you could have.
Well, a minor injury, minor.
Sure.
Like, if you're going to see the doctor, I don't think it counts as a minor injury, right?
True.
So there you have it.
Yeah, cool. So a roundup, please, Amir. What have we got?
Rob took People Walking Slowly, The Post Office, Running Out of Something at an Important Moment, Car Upkeep, and People Who Can't Cook Eggs.
It's a niche say, like, is that arsehole behaviour? I don't know.
It's borderline. I took escalator handrails not going the same speed as the escalator, stone or foreign object in your shoe, touchless bathroom appliances not working properly, broken plastic seals on jars or bottles, and any sort of mouth injury. What about
that's close? And I think we've both had like we both added to each other.
Yeah, this thing is, I think whenever you say one of these, it's just like, oh my god, yes. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Like, yeah, the post office one. There's like 1-1 and pics of irrelevant rubbish corporations. What do you have for that was lounging in your list there?
A throwback was running out of credit on your phone.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, especially when you're in mid conversation with your mates and you get that warning that's like you got 12p left. Like, fuck.
Yeah, no, I feel that one. I think our audience is generally like millennial and upwards, so they'll understand the plight, the pain of crazy, yeah.
Just missing the red light when crossing the road. Like, you get there and you're like, fuck's sake, now I'm gonna have to wait 10 minutes while the light cycle turns back in my favour again. You wait around. It's not anything that's gonna ruin your day.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness.
I had some car related ones as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had 2 more. So again, kind of post officey. Returning items via post. Like, you've ordered something, it's the wrong size, and you got to go to the post office and take it back. Like, still, it's never like it's just a minor inconvenience to go and do that. Like, it's great that I can return stuff for free, but it is an inconvenience that I have to go and do it in my own time when the post office is open. And finally is like not having your clothes dry quick enough when you've got them out of the washing machine. And having that like funky damp smell.
Yeah, that damp smell is gross. That is like, actually, that makes me think of another bit. Like, if you've got a sponge or a cloth that you're using in the kitchen, if you don't wring it out after you use it, and then all that water just goes stale and disgusting inside of it, and it stinks.
And people are still washing stuff with it, and you're like, It's just making stuff clean.
I agree. That stench is just, it reeks. It reeks. I like that. That's a good one. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's one of those ones which is, it could be one, but it kind of maybe just a bit off the list.
But it's also kind of like, it's just predominantly through your own incompetence, right? Like, it either smells damp because you haven't got it out of the washing machine, or it smells damp because you've been too tight-assed to bother putting the heating on and drying your shit.
This is true.
It's all self-inflicted. Yeah. Go on, hit me with some of your remaining 15 choices.
So I had the couple car ones I had. I think these are more arsehole behaviour, is fast lane hoggers on the motorway.
Yeah.
Just honestly, the worst people in the world, those people. Like, I know the speed limit's 70, but just because you're going 70 doesn't mean you need to stay in the fast lane. If there's a lane open to your left, or even two sometimes, get in that bitch. Like, it's not hard.
Or like, just people, like middle lane hogs. Like, even, like, if there's 4 lanes, like, why? And I'm in, like, if I'm in, like, the slow lane doing, like, 70 or something,
Why?
I then have to go out 4 lanes to then overtake someone who then just overtakes me like I'm an arsehole.
Honestly, I'm gonna get a ticket for undertaking one day, because sometimes I'll be, like, I'm cruising along. Sometimes it's like 11 o'clock at night and the motorway's dead. I'm cruising along in the first lane, and there's someone hogging in lane 3. Why? I think it's more dangerous for me to go all the way to 4 and come back. I just stay in 1 sometimes. I know that makes me an illegal driver or bad or whatever, but if you're stuck in lane 3 or lane 4, whatever, just hogging, you're a dickhead. I also had people who don't pay attention because they're on their phones, and then the light turns green and they're just there. Like, that one is. That one's.
They're both arsehole behaviours.
That's like.
Get off your phone. You're gonna kill someone, and you're also in my way. So fuck off.
So my one I had, the bathroom one I had, was when you go somewhere like a restaurant and they have a single cubicle bathroom, right? So it's one person at a time. It's got a door. That's the only person. But they've done it, so they've gendered them, right? And it always happens. There's someone in the men's room and the women's room is free. But now I gotta feel like self-conscious of going into a single cubicle bathroom that could just have a no sign on it, just a toilet sign on it. I'm going to feel self-conscious because someone's put a sign that has the symbol for lady on it. Why? Like, just make them unisex. Like, it's not like it's a multi-person bathroom where, okay, yes, I understand that having a man's, having a woman's fine, right? I get it. But if it's a single stall, just make it a regular bathroom. Who cares? And then have you ever gone into the women's room just like, I really need to pee, whatever, I'll go into the single-use woman. And then you come out, and there's people waiting, and the looks they give you, the dirty looks they give you, like you're the worst person in the world. It's just a toilet. If we were at the home, I'd be using the same toilet as you anyway. Oh, that one does me.
It's like when you're in, bars that have unisex, like stalls, and they just have stalls, and then you come out the stall, and the other gender's like, "What are you doing in here? This is where's my gender toilet?" And like, no, they're all cubicles. Like, we're all adults.
Honestly, yeah. So that was my bathroom one, and then I had a couple like, I've got another bathroom one. So it said running out of things. I had running out of bog roll, but.
So that's poor planning.
While you're on the pot.
It was going to make my list, but I was like, if I try and talk to you about that, you're going to be like, well, why don't you just have 16 loo rolls in backup? You've got one. I now religiously keep a spare one in the back of my car.
Always. There's one in my glove box all the time. Like, it has to be done. No, I think, It's happened to us all. Like, let's be honest, it's happened to us all. We've always, like, either like, you've rung, like, Mom, can you bring some bog roll? Or you've like, done a little waddle two-step over to the cupboard to see if you can try and scope out some, and then just use kitchen roll instead. Like, it's happened.
It's when you do it in a public bathroom.
Oh.
That's worse, because often you got all like the wheelie thing, and it's like, it's opaque, so you can't see how much loo roll's left.
See, I don't indulge in PIP, mate. It's just...
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, sure.
Just
yeah, but what if
pooping
you're
in public?
desperate? Or like, even like airports, right? Airports?
No, I don't poop in public. Unless I'm like super desperate. That I think I've only done it like a couple times in my life. And I'm not counting work, because work is kind of like, you get, it's kind of like a home game as well. It's not an away game, work. It's still a home game. You're familiar with the surroundings. You've probably got a favorite cubicle or location. Like, work does not count.
So many bathroom ones. Have you got anything that is outside of the smallest room? Jesus Christ.
Okay, so this is gonna turn into me telling you all the things that annoy me. But when you
from pick.
When you wake up, so usually when I wake up, I'll go in and use the bathroom first, and then go shower, whatever. It's when you go for a shower and then you have to poop straight afterwards, and the bathroom's all like misty and like kind of like water vapors everywhere. Your butt cheeks probably aren't dry, and then you feel like the seat feels hot. You kind of feel like you're slipping everywhere. Like, I hate that. Having to poop after the shower, it's not the one. It is not the one.
Oh, so you spent so much time like cleaning yourself,
and then you're getting dirty again. Yeah. Needing to sneeze, but it just never comes.
That's why you like punch yourself in the nose or something, isn't it? That's supposed to be a thing.
I don't know about this like self-harm you're talking about, Rob, but I think we need to get some out. Punching yourself in the nose.
I've seen my friend, he's a weird guy, just go from like being absolutely fine to sneezing just by solely punching himself in the nose. And it's like, I don't know why I've witnessed this.
So you're saying if you need to sneeze and it's not coming, you just like induce the sneeze to get rid of it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I've never thought of that. I would have never. How do you induce a sneeze? Like, short sticking like stuff up your nose, like.
Punch yourself in the nose, like.
No, I'm not.
Just mate, knock on your nose.
You already broke my one nostril. Okay, you're not going to gas me up to go punch in my nose and break in my other nostril. My snoring would be double as loud.
I haven't broken that though. You've broken that one.
No, but you're gonna like gaslight me into breaking my other nostril. For you listeners who don't know, Rob threw a frisbee in my face and it broke. Now I literally can't breathe from my left nostril.
I didn't intentionally do it. I threw it in a straight line and you happened to walk perfectly into it, completely oblivious.
Another one, getting food stuck in your teeth. And I'm not talking about just having some like spinach in your teeth. I'm talking about like when you get like a piece of gristle or something stuck in one of your chewers. And you're not at home, so you don't have dental floss or toothpaste, and it's just there all day. It's kind of like the mouth injury, because you feel it all the time. You're just like, and then, like, you finally get home and you get it out, and you still don't feel right. Now it feels like there should be something.
Yeah, because you're like, missing it all day.
Yeah, worst. I had, like, slow internet, and I'm not talking, like, slow, just not working internet, but it's like, slow internet where it's fast enough to do stuff, but not be efficient about it. Yeah. So when you're watching it, if you're streaming a TV show, and it streams, and it's streaming full HD, and then it stops. And then it goes for 20 seconds, and then it stops. And it's just like, if this was a tad faster, we'd be in a good zone. But it's fast enough that I can function, but it's so annoying. Like,
I feel like this is verging into another territory of the first world problem. The first world problem draft.
It could be. getting snagged on something.
Like, yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah, get your backpack or even your jeans, like the little loop, the belt loop, and you just get caught on a door or caught on a chair. That really annoys me. People who reply all, like
it's the circular ones that go around like whole companies, and it's like, and then you just get more ones who are like, don't reply all, and then
you're replying all, but don't people not to reply all. We work in a company of 30,000 people, and your default. Like, I mean, to be fair, my default setting is reply all, because there's nothing worse than writing an email, replying, and then realizing you left off half of the people you were meant to send this email to. So I do, like, default is reply all, but you gotta have some awareness, like, emailing 30,000 people, that's an L. That is an L. Forgetting your towel when you go shower, is minor, but yeah. Picking the wrong queue, like,
yes.
There's nothing more infuriating. This happened. I went on holiday recently. This happened. I was in immigration. I was in the line. But they're all pretty equidistant. Choose one. Just get on it. We'll get through it. Stood on it. And then, people we were in line with, they're suddenly at the front. What's going on? People with and then by this point, we'd spent 20 minutes in the queue. So I was talking to this other person in the queue. I was like, do you reckon we should change? And they're like, we've already expended so much time. And then another queue opens up, but it was just on the other side of two other queues. So if we had run to get to that queue, we'd have got to the back of this queue, whereas we're already a quarter of the way into our queue. And then it's and you just end up staying in the queue. Whereas if you'd have switched, you'd have been done 20, 30 minutes ago. But
it's when you get there, finally, it's your turn. And let's say it's the electronic scanners, and they break. And you're like, fuck's sake, I've been in this queue for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it is. There's nothing kind of like it. It's when you sink something, you sink time into something.
Yeah.
And you feel like you've given it your all already, so you can't really quit, because you don't want to be a quitter. There's nothing worse than a quitter. And then all along, it's just no, you should have taken the tactical quit. You should have taken me out and just moved. My last three.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. The little ketchup piss that comes out of the ketchup. If you don't
at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pre-cum.
Fucking hell.
What is that? And then sometimes if you're doing it on burger or something and you haven't shaken the bottle properly, obviously this is a problem of your own making because you're not shaking it. But then you thing, and then all the water, and it gets on your bun, and now your bun's soaked, and it's a bad experience. My last two have to do with socks.
Of course, more things in shoes, more things to do with feet and bathrooms.
When the seam of your sock is in the wrong place.
Oh, yeah, I empathise with that. Oh, that's annoying. And then you try and fix it, and it just makes it worse. You're like, how have I made that worse?
Whether it's it's not on enough, or it's too on, or it's twisted a little bit, just getting socks wrong, man. There's nothing it's the same thing. I think the feet thing is just, it's a big thing. And then if you're, I like walking around in my socks. I do have slippers that I wear at home, but sometimes it's too hot for them, or you don't want to wear sliders. When you walk around and you get a small just drop of water, and then you've got a wet patch on your socks. Oh, infuriates me.
Jesus Christ. Are we done now? Are we done with you're done with the venting session?
I think that's all it
is. Cool. Yeah, wicked.
I don't know who won this one. I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's some proper good ones from both of us, and then there's some ones that have had some modification on the fly.
Yeah, but it's kind of the discussion of it, right? I get where you're going for, but we need to remix it a bit. I don't know. I think on this, I think you were out and leading, because I think escalators and the handrail isn't a strong pick, but I had to pick it to stay true to the draft.
Yeah. It's
and you came out Slow Walker's post office, just like bang off the start. But I think your car
egg in the cars is maybe a bit weak.
It's probably a bit weak. Yeah.
I was going to come in with the plastic label thing, but you beat me to it. So.
Sorry, yeah, I scuppered you. But yeah, tell us how we did. Comment below. Let us know who had the better list.
Yeah, and if you've got any more random minor inconveniences that I want to do with bathrooms or feet, or the post office,
let us know.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye.